Be 2-0. Okay. I guess it's great to be 2-0. We knew going into the ball game that Northern Illinois was a much improved football team from the previous year. The win over Georgia Tech was very impressive, and what we encountered was a football team that has got really good ability. Coach Hammock's done a nice job with those guys. There's a belief that they can win, and we went into the game saying that we needed to change some things. We needed to start faster. We needed to establish the tailback running game. And we needed to continue to be explosive on defense as far as creating some takeaways. And I think we met those things. Chad Muma has been playing great football, and he scored on an interception for a touchdown. So we were pleased with that. Thought we started fast with great energy on defense. Offensively, we really started the game out really well, mixing the run and the pass. I thought we really came off the football with our offensive line and established some great lines of scrimmage, and the running backs hit the holes well, and I thought Sean and the receivers made some phenomenal plays. It was great to have Isaiah Nair back at 100%, and he certainly had an impact in the ball game. So it was a game that had all kinds of turns to it. Quite frankly, I don't know if I've ever been part of a game that has flipped as fast as what this game did. And Northern Illinois, credit to them, they believed that they could hang in there and fight, which they did. They got some things going. I thought we stubbed our toe and didn't play as well as what we could have. But the resolve of our football team to come back and finish off the game, both on the offense and defense, has really been good the last two times. Now, within the game, we needed to finish that game off much earlier, and you're always wanting more. But I'd like to credit Northern Illinois. I thought they have good players. It took them a while to get some things going. They exposed some things for us, both in all phases of the game. Some things we're going to need to get corrected. We did make the game through with no injuries, so we're a healthy football team. We're excited about playing at War Memorial. It'll be an afternoon game against Ball State, who I think is an excellent football team. Coach News, a former player there, has done a great job establishing and reestablishing the tradition that they have at Ball State. They won the MAC conference last year. Plitt is an outstanding quarterback. Coach New played quarterback. I don't know if we faced a quarterback who's as polished and as methodical. He's always putting the ball where it needs to be put. They're a really good football team. They won the Arizona Bowl handily last year. And so it'll be a big challenge for us. And so we're hoping to have a great turnout. And at this time, I'll open it up to questions out there from our media people.
Josh, go ahead, followed by Ryan.
Coach, another big game for Chad. Where would you say is the biggest area of growth you've seen for him this season?
I think the biggest thing he's been able to do is play out in space a little bit better. He's always been really decisive. Once he sees something, he's been, really aggressive as far as with his run key and following through. He's gotten bigger and stronger. You see very rarely does he miss a tackle, and now when he makes a tackle, it's almost for no gain. But his out in space ability has improved, has changed the direction, his ability to break on passes, and he had a nice break with the interception. So I think that's the biggest area for him.
Ryan, go ahead.
Craig, I noticed that Plitt is from Loveland. Were you aware of him in high school, and how are you kind of expecting him to respond? Obviously, he didn't have the performance he wanted at Happy Valley, but a lot of quarterbacks struggle there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a tough place to play. I've coached there before, and when that place gets rocking, it's pretty intimidating. He's an outstanding player. I thought Penn State did a good job with disrupting some of the throws that they're normally able to make. But he never lost his composure. He stayed in the fight. I know he had the one pick six, but the defensive end that caught it, I don't know. I think he could be starting for an NBA basketball team for Penn State. I mean, they had some phenomenal defensive players. So a big challenge for us. We're excited about playing against good people. It'll be another big step for us. He's an excellent quarterback, and I think Coach New's just done a phenomenal job with him. He's fundamentally sound. He goes through his read progression. He's a winner. puts the ball where it needs to be. He's in and out of run checks, all those things. He's an outstanding player.
Cody, go ahead.
Greg, couple for you. Was the game just as stressful watching it a second time? And after watching the film, what's your assessment of what happened defensively there in the fourth quarter?
Well, I will tell you this, and this is a kind of an off-the-cuff comment. I've talked to McKinney about it. My doctor says I get cold sores when I'm under stress. If you can see right here, I've been under quite a bit of stress. So I told Doc, I said, you know what? I don't know if I have a cardiac arrest. Just let me go and bury me back in the House Cemetery in Nebraska. You know, there have been certainly some huge swings. Some of the things I think that occurred in the fourth quarter, Northern Illinois made a commitment to run the football and knocked us off the football. We had some missed gapped assignments. Their running back is an excellent runner. We've been able to contain him, but I think, you know, we got out of kilter a little bit. Now, did we lose our stinger a little bit? I would like to think that we didn't, but some parts of me think that we may have let our guard down a little bit. We still got to mature as a football team. Maybe we felt like we had the game in the bag. And once they started making some plays, we lost a little bit of our, I guess, competency as far as doing our assignments. So there's room for improvement there, Cody, and we're going to work hard at that. I think we have a hungry football team that knows, particularly on defense, that we underachieved and we need to play better.
Josh, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Seemed like Shea got a lot more action out there at linebacker this week. Is that something that we can expect more of moving forward?
Well, we really started to look at our rep count as the game got along. You know, I think we probably played Easton a little bit too much, and obviously we're trying to play Chad as much as we can. And so integrating Shea at that linebacker spot is something I think you'll see us do more now. You know, we ended up playing a lot more reps, and it was a hot, muggy day. But I think you can count on seeing Shea out there a little bit earlier in the game this week.
Ryan, go ahead.
Craig, I know it's been stressful and the cold sores and everything, but a year ago you guys weren't playing football and Tom Berman was trying to figure out what was going on and everything with the budget. Just how has it been returning to football, returning to your routine and playing in front of fans, and just are you enjoying it even though it's been stressful so far?
You know, I am enjoying it. As a coaching staff and as a coach, you want to have a chance to go out and coach your guys and for them to be able to, you know, exercise their skill that they work so hard at. And it's hard to dial back. A year ago at this time, I don't think we even made a decision to play yet. We were one of the conferences that chose not to play. It's been great to have fans back in the stands. We certainly have been following the protocol, but to the players, to the coaches, to the referees and everything else, it's been great to celebrate college football. And so I'll take the stress any day. It's been super just to see our players perform.
Cody, go ahead.
Greg, I'm curious if you've talked to Easton Gibbs about his little welcome to college football moment he had there in the second quarter yesterday.
Well, we always have those moments, and I think this gives us an opportunity, Cody, to improve. Sometimes I think you can have this feeling like, and I don't want to imply that we've arrived because we haven't, but we got punched in the mouth there a little bit. And if you're a competitor, which I know Easton is, we're confident he'll bounce back. He did some really good things. He knocked down a couple passes and he made some tackles, and then he got trucked on the one play, and that's part of college football, and we've got to get better at that.
Josh, go ahead.
Was the first half on Saturday really the first time that you've seen the full potential of what the offense can be in action?
Of whom can be in action?
The just the offense as a unit.
Yeah, I thought Coach Polisek and the staff had done a great job dialing up some things, and we knew we had some playmakers out there, whether it be running backs. Our offensive line was man on man. It was great to see Isaiah. Of course, we've seen Trayton, and I think you're seeing some real maturity from Sean. And so we certainly looked explosive. I thought we were unpredictable. Maybe the opponents think that we're predictable, but I thought there was a great blend of run, pass, and play action and run. And Guys were making big plays, and it was exciting to see. And I also think that Northern Illinois' got some good defensive players. They've got good team speed. They're big up front. So it wasn't like a defense that didn't have playmakers over there. So it was encouraging. We'll need to build on that this next week.
Ryan, go ahead.
Craig, obviously, Muma flashes even to the untrained eye from the press box, but it also seems like Cassius Gandy is playing at a really high level. I know he was really good for you guys last year. Can you just describe how he's doing so far, and also just on the back end, what it was like having Rome Weber and out there and Miles Williams coming out with a play too?
I think, Ryan, we're developing some good safety play. Isaiah, you're right, has been a very, very gifted player. He's particularly a strong tackler. He runs the ball really well. He's improved his pass technique, but he's a really, really strong run defender. And so it's always encouraging to have him come in there and make some plays. Rome Weber did some great things. Obviously, he saw the interception. I think the ball was up in the air and he kind of stripped it away, and then he had a tackle for loss. That was another guy that's out there making some plays. And then for Miles to come up with the interception, and that was tipped by Easton Gibbs. More and more playmakers out there, and we're going to need those guys as we get in to the heart of our schedule.
Cody, go ahead.
Greg, are you surprised with all the talent you have at pass rush that you guys haven't been able to get to the quarterback a little more? And on the flip side, with not getting as much pressure, was it leaving the middle of the field a little wide open against Northern Illinois there for some easy catches?
Oh, I don't know if that's the case, Cody. I think you need to attribute Northern Illinois did a good job with with some of their protection. They certainly didn't leave their quarterback hanging out to dry. They protected him some. We did get some hurries. I think we had 2 sacks. We're always striving for more. We'll work on that more. It'll be important for us to get some pressure on the quarterback. Sometimes you don't get sacks. If you can make the quarterback have to move, that's certainly helpful. I thought we did that to a certain degree. However, I thought Lombardi's a big-time player. I mean, we came scot-free on a blitz, and he shrugged off 2 guys. And so give some credit to Lombardi, but we'll need to generate maybe more pass rush this week.
You got any more questions, guys? Guys, got any more questions?
Nope.
All right.
Hopefully pretty soon we can come back to being normal. I don't know how this has worked for you guys. Appreciate the interest, okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Obviously, you guys were up 42-16, and then Coach Bull was just saying he had never seen a game flip like that. Just what was that ride like for you guys on defense?
I was definitely disappointed about the comeback, but I feel like we dealt with adversity very well. We didn't always have, the good field position when it came to defense, but other than that, yeah, like I said, I feel like we handled it well. We ended up with the win, but it was definitely like a lot of tables turns. So.
Keon, what was it like playing at home? First time playing in Illinois. That had to be pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. Homecoming was great. I had a lot of family out there, friends. Yeah, it was good. I like playing back home. The humidity was definitely different than here, too. But the elevation helped a lot, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. So it was good, yeah.
Did NIU go after you at all out of high school, Keon?
No, that's why I'm not a big fan of NIU. But I did go to their junior day. They did invite me to their junior day, but they never gave me no scholarship or anything. So they're not good anyway. So I don't want to go there.
Obviously Azizi and CJ had played a lot coming into this season, but a lot of you guys in the secondary getting extended playing time. What's the thing that's impressed you most about that group this year?
The secondary I think we're doing great so far. We have a lot of depth. We have a lot of experience. So, like you said, Z and C's, this is like our 3rd year together. Yeah. So it's been a good ride. So I like what we got going on so far this season.
Keon, Miles Williams been on this program for a long time. How sweet was it to see your teammate get an interception, first pick of his career?
Oh man, I was super excited for Miles. I remember when he came in as a early enrollee his freshman year. I was still a freshman myself. So we go way back 2018. So I was happy to see him out on the field in the first place. So yeah, it was good.
I'm sure you guys saw it a lot in practice and it flashed last year, but what was it like to see Isaiah Nayor unleash his talent on another team?
Oh man, I knew he was capable of it. I went against him all spring, all fall. So great receiver. Definitely a problem. Top shelf. That's what we say about 2 times. So yeah, it was good to see it.
It might be a
That's
little
been it.
early in the week to, oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
It might be a little early in the week in terms of film study, but what do you know about the opposing quarterback this week? It seems like he's a really experienced guy, really polished, Craig said.
Oh yeah, Ball State's going to be a good test for us this week. Their RPO game is pretty good. That's what I know so far, but we'll do a little bit more film study this week. Definitely early in the week, but for sure, yeah.
Chad's off to a really fast start. From where you're at on the field, where's the biggest area you've seen him improve this season?
His big this season. It's a great question. I want to say his pass drops. Like y'all saw his pick six. I mean, that was insane to me. So his pass drops definitely got better. He's becoming a leader for the defense. So that's definitely where he's improved at this year.
Coach or Keon, coach kind of said that maybe you guys lost an edge maybe a little bit there in the fourth quarter. And obviously NIU went on a run there, scored 4 touchdowns. What did you see out of your defense over that last quarter?
I definitely thought we got complacent. We didn't finish out the game. So that's what I kind of saw out through the defense for the fourth quarter. But like I said, we held on to a win. That's all that matters, and getting ready for next week.
You guys are a prideful bunch, though. I assume this week's going to be probably fine-tuning some stuff on that side of the ball.
Pardon? Repeat that, please. I'm sorry.
You guys are a prideful group on that defense. I assume giving up that many points and the way it happened probably is not sitting well with you guys.
Oh no.
I assume that's going to be an emphasis to tighten some things up this week.
Oh yeah. Like I said, film study is going to be huge this week. Personnel, we got to know. Not personnel. Well, yeah, personnel. We got to know like who we're going against and all that. So yeah, like you said, we are very prideful. We got a huge test this week, and we're going to bounce back for sure.
Keon, what were you doing in mid-September 2020 after everything went away? And what's it been like returning to at least football normalcy this year?
Mid-September 2020. I'm pretty sure I was back at home in Kansas City, not in Chicago, but I was in Kansas City, working actually, working and working out a lot. So it's definitely different from what I'm doing right now. I'm just happy we're back to normal. We don't have to worry about COVID tests, vaccines and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely different.
Where were you working at?
FedEx.
FedEx.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun studying film and getting ready for home games than.
Oh yeah, I'd rather study film for sure. Yeah. But FedEx, the moving the boxes got the little workout in for me too, so it was all good.
We got any more questions for Keon? All right, thanks, Keon.
Thanks, Keon.
Thank you guys.
All right, guys, we got Logan Harris here. Cody, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Logan, looks like you guys got out to a fast start, obviously, at NIU. Bullying them a little bit on that first drive, especially. I assume you guys were challenged a little bit last week.
Yeah, that was definitely an emphasis that we had going into this week or last week was being able to start hot. It took us a while to kind of get things clicking against Montana State, and that was just kind of our emphasis this week is being able to start hot and stuff like that, and really emphasize knowing what we were going against. NIU, they had a good D-line, they had a good defense, and they were really young too. So we knew we could take advantage of that because we're a bunch of old dudes up front, so we'd use that to our advantage.
Still early in the week, but just looking at the tape on Ball State, what's the first thing that stands out to you about their defense?
They're good. They do change up a little bit with their fronts and stuff like that, but it's nothing that we haven't seen. I just know Coach Frazier and Paul Sack are both going to put us in a really good position to win that game.
Logan, Coach Bull was saying, he was really pleased with how you guys got push off the line last week, a big improvement, but is it kind of bittersweet that 4th and 1 that you didn't get that? Because that seemed to really flip the momentum there.
Yeah, it did. That's how football goes, Things don't always go in your way, and you're always going to face adversity. And I think with how veteran our offense is, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was a pretty big of a deal. We were able to know that next time we did get the ball back, we were going to have to make something happen with it, and we did. So I think that's just gives credit to our offense and how we've reacted the last 2 weeks on the adversity that we faced.
Logan, what's going through your mind as you're watching them score 4 straight and actually look up at the scoreboard and they have a 1-point lead?
It's adversity. That's just how it is. That's all football is full of. That's what life's full of, And it's just something that we have to combat with. I know our defense made the stopping it was most important, and we scored when it was most important, and that's all that mattered. So we came out of there with the win, and that's what we went there for.
Logan, I know that y'all have had high hopes for this offense, but how did it feel to kind of in that first half, especially to see kind of all that hard work, turn into a result on the field?
Yeah, definitely. We've had practices in the past where we're clicking and it's something else, and I think that's definitely just a quick glimpse of what we can be, as an offense, and I think we're gonna be showing that a lot more.
What went through your mind when the call on 3rd and goal came in, a naked bootleg for Sean? Did you have a feeling that was gonna work like it did?
Oh yeah, Sean with his legs, and if he knew it wasn't going to work, he'd have checked us out of that. And just how Sean is, he's going to make sure he gets there. It's just kind of how he is.
Logan, how would you grade the offensive line's performance compared to Montana State?
Better. I think we definitely improved in some areas. Definitely not great as always. We always have to improve. And I think we did better. I think we were a lot more physical at the point of attack. And but there's still a few things that we need to work on. But I think it was definitely a good step from 1 to 2.
Are you kind of soaking up this redo of your senior season, or enjoying being back in September after last year? I'm sure you were fishing or something.
Yeah, I was elk hunting actually this week. So yeah, definitely. I mean, with me getting sick and all the mask protocols and all this and that, it was not fun last year. But I know when they said that there was going to be a chance to come back for everybody that year didn't count, that I'd be right there in the first in line to be coming back this year.
Right, you guys good? All right, thanks, Logan. All right, guys, we'll call you. Cody, we'll see you on the Zoom.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks. Thank you, guys.